Winter is coming. Child, I only say winter is coming because I feel like we are finally done with this Game of damn Thorns. It's not even giving Thrones, child. It's Game of Thorns. I am so glad that we have made it to the season finale of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Praise his name. Hallelujah. I'm so glad. Um, yeah, I feel like the season, if I had to rate the season out of 10, I would give the season a 7. I feel like maybe a 7.5. The season, for the most part, I really did enjoy. I'm not gonna hold you. It dipped during the Scotland trip. The Scotland trip was very underwhelming in my personal. And let's do something better. Okay, we appreciate you taking the people out the country over there. Great. Let's do something different and better next year. Okay. Yeah, so outside of that, I would say like a 7.5. I want you guys to leave your ratings down below on what you would rate this season of Real Housewives. All right. Um, I feel like this review is not going to be that long because not much happened this season. I feel like the finale was very much so lackluster, but we are going to touch on the Watch What Happens Live interview that K. Michelle and Brisha Webb ended up doing. Okay, so because I don't think this video going to be that long for real. But anywho, before we get into this video, I have a few action items for the people. Y'all already know. Like up the video for me. All right. A lot of y'all come over, y'all watch, y'all don't like. Matter of fact, a lot of y'all come over, y'all watch, and y'all not subscribed, but you stay trying to come over here to see what I'm talking about. But you ain't even subscribed. Like, why you keep trying to see what I'm talking about then? You might as well subscribe. You keep coming over here knocking on my door unannounced, child. But anyway, all right. Make sure you do those things. And also, make sure you guys go and catch Rodney the Voice over on his backup channel. He was having some issues with his main channel. If you check my post on my page, you know how you go through the tabs or whatever, you go to videos, live, posts. It should be over there. It should be a direct link for y'all to just click over there and see where his page is. So yeah, because everybody may not have seen the post that I made, but he's having issues. So make sure you guys go over and you catch Rodney on that page. All right. So shout out to Rodney. Let's go ahead and get into this review. All right. So Shamia, Pinky, and K. Michelle, they link up at like a haunted house. They decide to bring their daughters. Okay. Well, Shamia and Pinky brought their daughters. Pinky brings up the event that took place at Shamia house, the Halloween party, right? Pinky says, y'all noticed that Drew kept popping in whenever Angela was talking. Pinky, baby, this been happening all season. Well, we appreciate you saying something now, okay? Pinky says Drew is like Busta Rhymes' hype man. Not Busta Rhymes, so you calling Angela Busta? Anywho, she's like a hype man, right? So Pinky says that she knows Angela had to feel like a fool. She had to feel like a fool when these people came to the front and said everything that she's saying is not true. Exactly. And Pinky, if that is how you feel, then why didn't I don't recall you saying anything in that moment when everybody was around? When Cynthia now was talking about some vindication or like you ain't saying nothing. But okay. So Pinky says it's a lot of tit for tat and she misses the bubbly Shamia that she met. And Shamia's like, I mean, I understand all of that. And I would love to be the bubbly Shamia. You know, you know what I'm saying? But I got a whole lot of stuff that I'm having to deal with. I'm having to deal with a damn horse coming on my property and my property, girl. I have to deal with all of that, amongst other things, right? So it sounds like Shamia believes that Drew had Terry to deliver the horse while she's at Shamia's house. I don't know. That's possible. I mean, how did he know to pop up the last time when y'all had an event? Who brought him? I can't remember. I know it was Pinky's event, but who brought him to that event to even know where y'all were going to be as a cast? So was it really Drew or was it somebody else? I'm not sure. Y'all let me know your thoughts on that, okay? So she says the horse shit on her property and she was fined by the HOA. Period. and she will be sending it to Drew. It's just as simple as that. So Shamia says that she's going to stand on 10 toes when it comes to anything that's big to her, especially if it's about her family, her marriage, or any of that. She's going to stand on 10 toes. Well, when you do stand, Shamia, we have no issue with you standing. We have an issue with you apologizing. At least I do. So if you're going to stand in it and on it, do not apologize to nobody. And I hope you watched this season, because it's one thing to go through the season and you're in it. And then it's another to watch the season play out on the screen. And you're probably like, dang, I wish I would have addressed this. I wish I would have said that, whatever the case is, right? So you have to seize the moment, because you just don't know what they're going to edit and what they're not going to edit, right? But I hope that you see, or shall I say, I hope that you apologizing aggravated you as much as it aggravated viewers. Okay? So we don't want that. K. Michelle says that she understands what Shamia is dealing with, but she says, listen, I'm planning on having an album listening party soon, and I just want everybody to be in a good place. I want to have a good time. I don't want no fuck shit. And I just want you to have a heads up that Drew will be in the building, Porsha will be in the building, and I just want to have fun. All right? So be mindful of that. Whole time, didn't nobody get the SHI started at the party outside of K. Michelle and Drew. All right? K. Michelle did say she's inviting Drew, and she says that Drew has done petty stuff to her. I disagree. I still don't agree with that. To this day, I disagree. I don't think Drew did anything to you, but you do seem to have a hard on for her, and it's not really making sense. Okay, so Drew over there looking at homes, preparing to lose the marital house that she does have with Ralph. I feel like the house she's looking at is nice. She says the master bedroom is too small. Girl, it's only gonna be you up in there. Why do you need one that's so huge? I'm confused. It's big enough for you. And truth be told, you looking at a $1.2 million house, you can go find you a nice house to accommodate you and your children at $500,000 to $700,000, and you're gonna have everything that you need. Now, it could be a situation where she doesn't want her children to have to change schools, maybe. Maybe she wants to give them as much of a normal life as possible. And maybe she's looking for houses that's potentially in the area or something. And because of that, I think her and Ralph may have bought that house that was $700,000 or something like that, the house they got. So I'm sure the price is much higher now. So maybe she's looking in that area and the price is pretty high. So I don't know, but I don't think you have to spend that much. But it's your money, girl. Do what you want to do, honey. Good luck. All right. Drew does get emotional about not knowing what's next, right? What's next for her. I was looking at this and I was like, why are y'all just now filming what's going on in her divorce situation? And then I thought about it and I said, well, wait a minute. When we found out about Ralph wanting full custody of the kids and stuff, that was like this spring. So I believe they picked the cameras back up because the show likely wrapped filming either the end of last year or the top of this year. And being that Shamia's party was like the Halloween party and it was the fall, it seemed like they may have wrapped in the fall. They probably started filming in August or something and wrapped it up by the end of October, early November. That's what I'm thinking. So that's probably why I don't think much was happening with Drew's case and the entire full custody situation. I don't think that happened until the spring of this year, where they had to pick the cameras back up and she had to figure out what's next, right? At least that's what I can recall from the situation. The cameras were down. But anywho, Ralph, she says that she gets emotional. She's crying. She says Ralph wants full custody. She has to produce flight information because his thing is she doesn't even have enough time with the kids. She don't spend time with the kids because she's away. And he feels like he'll be a better parent for the kids because he's at home. He's in the basement. He has more access and are available to them because Drew has said on the show that she has to fly out. I have to leave, fly out, go film, do what I got to do, and then return the same day or the very next day, right? So that can be problematic for the kids if they're in school and they're not in homeschool and you have somebody with you that's going to be traveling with you as you bring the kids, which also is an additional expense. So I would leave my kids at home too if they daddy there. You know what I'm saying? Now, it probably would have been easier if they were potentially homeschool and you hired somebody and they came in. So that way you could make sure that the kids are showing up for school. So with that being said, him wanting the kids, trying to say she's not a present mom, for me, that does confirm that Ralph played a better game than you did, Drew. Because I do believe that with him being at home in the basement and these are y'all's kids, even though you were given temporary full custody from the very beginning when y'all start going through all of this, I believe that's how it played out. he was you probably were thinking like, oh, he's gonna help get the kids to school, this and that, or whatever. Whole time he wasn't doing nothing. Because he, like I said, he understood his legal situation. He understood that these kids are in your custody. I don't have to do anything technically. So if you're relying on me and expecting me to get up in the morning and take them to school, no, it's not gonna fall on me. It's gonna fall on you. Because you got the temporary full custody. That's what you got. And my goal is now, I'm not trying to pay child support. I'm not trying to give you none of the money that I got, anything extra. So I'm a finesse it. I want to get full custody. You're not even here like that, no way. And they built up a case against you. And you already last year had poor legal representation. I don't even think that person that you hired worked in divorce. I thought they worked in something else, but you hired them for that. No, you should have went and got you a real divorce attorney. You should have went and spent some money. The moment you saw that Ralph went and got him a shark of an attorney, and she gave him, like, she was able to get that man what he wanted when y'all went to the courtroom, and he was out there shucking and jiving in the parking lot, and you called him out for that. That was the moment somebody would have been fired. That's the moment that somebody would have been fired, and you should have hired somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Okay, maybe it worked out. Maybe because you are on the go a lot. Maybe it worked out. So Phaedra and Kelly, they have a hearing coming up for Kelly, right? They're supposed to be addressing a few things like no filming the kids. Remember, he put that order in. And then also he hasn't been paying child support, so they want to figure out what's that. She wants to be able to film with her kids, and she also wants to be able to have these kids taken care of as well. She talks about having anxiety. She doesn't want to go to the court. I probably won't want to go to court either, especially after the last time she went to court. She said that he threatened her in front of the judge. That was last year, and the judge ended up throwing his ass in jail. Okay, so I wouldn't want to go up in there either, but she has to. Now, Drew decides that she's going to host a nice party for her mom. She wanted to do it at the house. Ralph said, hell no, you can't do it here. Can't sit here. Okay, so go figure that out, because it was his weekend, right? I think that was the best thing. Like, all these people you had at the house, I probably won't want all them folks in my damn house either. Okay, with the kid, like, girl, just find somewhere, go somewhere else. So she rented out an Airbnb, threw a huge party for her mom. I thought that was really nice of her. Mama had a great time. Shout out to them. All right, Phaedra, Angela, and Porsha, they decided to show up to support. They asked Drew about Terry, what's going on with the horse. She's like, I don't really talk to him like that. I mean, he called and apologized, I guess, for ghosting her, but she hasn't really talked to him like that. And then it also don't sound like she know what the hell going on with the horse. Do you have a horse? Was the horse leased? Like Angela asked, like, is it leased? Did he buy it for you? Like, is it at the stable? Where the hell is the horse at? It's given you just brought that damn horse there for show. I'm so confused. But okay, they go downstairs. Dr. Ken see the ladies down there. He go over there hugging and caressing Phaedra. Phaedra took her arm from around him thinking that it's over, and he's still hugging her. So she put her arm back around. I said, now what's going on over here now, doctor? You're a little too fresh, ain't it? Scoot back. What's going on? What is all of this, honey? Baby, everybody, the way Porsha was looking, and Drew, baby, we all was looking the same. Like, now what the hell is going on? And Angela was what Angela said. He want to bite or something. Angela said had me hollering, okay, because we all was on the same page, okay, about the only time that we was. So Drew, she premieres a song, Happy Birthday for her mom. I think it's a grower. I heard it on Instagram. I wasn't crazy about it. Seeing it in the show, I was like, eh. And then I watched it a second time. I was like, okay, this ain't a bad song. Okay, it's definitely gonna bop in certain type of clubs. For sure. Okay. Shamia and the surrogate, they meet. All right. The surrogate has been receptive to the medication. Shamia gets emotional just at the thought of everything that I guess she's been dealing with and stuff. So she kind of opens up about that. She talks about it in the confessional about how she really wants to be able to give her husband a son. And if not, she doesn't even know, like, she's worried about the conversation that they're going to have that she's not ready to have. And now I'm wondering, what the hell kind of conversation is that? I'm hoping that y'all never have to have a conversation, but what kind of conversation would it have been? Were you going to have to go back and get more eggs taken out potentially? Like, were you going to have to go back and do that? Or y'all was just going to call it a day? Was y'all going to have to try? Like, what was going on? But good luck. I don't think they have to worry about that anymore. Hope not. Porsha and Sway, they talk. Sway comes over. Sway pretty much wants to lock things in with Porsha. Sway once upon a time was dating other people, but decided to like cut those people off. when I guess she started noticing that the feelings for Porsha were getting stronger. But Sway also says she's still in contact with them other people, even though you ain't dating no people like that. Porsha don't have Sway on the show next season. I just think you need to keep Sway how you kept Sway so far. Keep Sway like a pop in and pop out type. I don't know, because I just feel like somebody gonna come and bust a bubble at some point. It happens every time. Okay, somebody's gonna. I don't know. And the way Angela pulled tricks, she probably will pull one of them on you. Okay, bringing one of Sway's exes around. I don't know. But I'll watch it. I'll tell you that. But okay, so Porsha says that Mike said that he loved her and he scared her. Girl, stop wasting America's time. We know you got that man on this show for entertainment purposes only with a piece of corn over here or there. Stop playing with the people. Okay? Angela and Charles and the daughter are sitting down. I cannot think of her daughter's name. Is it Imani? I'm not sure. Forgive me. I can't think of her name. She's married to a young lady named Valeria. She FaceTimes her, and the young lady apologizes to Angela for not letting her in on them getting married, right? Not letting her in to know this is what I want. I want to propose to your daughter. I want us to move forward in marriage, and then not reaching out to her after the damn fact. Okay, so she's apologizing for that. Charles says that he doesn't really get in the middle of nothing they got going on. That's their relationship. But he says he feels like Angela has every right to feel the way that she does, right? Angela's daughter says that she is having regret and she feels like Angela was right about everything. And Angela says, I didn't want to be right. I just wanted you to be happy. Now, I do see, I feel like Angela, I understand how she may feel, not literally, because I'm not in a situation like that. But I would not be surprised if Angela may have felt like he kind of said something about being left out or whatever. She may have felt like, damn, like she may have felt guilty, possibly. Like, what did I do as a parent that you could share this information with everybody else, but you felt you couldn't share it with me? Like, she probably started to question her parenting or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that's what it was. But they're in a better place and they seem to be good. I guess therapy is working. K Michelle has this album release party. I love the relationship she has with her sister Shayla. She shows up. Shout out to them. And love all of that support. Kelly and Phaedra, they let the ladies know that her ex-husband sued the county amongst other orders he put in. Baby, when I heard Phaedra say sue the county, I said, oh, this nigga trying to prolong some shit. Because you know you're not going to get that. And then Phaedra goes into exactly what I was thinking. It's a delay tactic. I said, girl, you ain't never had lied. You can't win when you dirty, sir. You can't win when you play dirty. I'm not going to hold you. All right? Phaedra, Drew, and Kelly, first of all, looked so good. They looked so good. Was it Phaedra? Yeah. No. Not Phaedra. I'm sorry. Not Phaedra. I meant K Michelle. It was K Michelle, Drew, and Kelly. They looked really good to me that night. I loved Drew's hair. I said, oh, baby. Drew got out that truck like she was I mean, not that she's not a superstar, but she got out like she was a superstar. So, oh, baby, the hair tearing up. Look, gorgeous. Love the curls on Kelly. I said, y'all better go ahead. Shamil gives Drew the HOA fees. Baby, at first I was like, nah, you could have waited to the reunion to get that girl that thing. You could have did that, Shamil. But honestly, in the gimmicks of Housewives, I loved it. I'm not gonna hold you. I loved it. Like, here you go. Here you go. Drew Thomas is performative. Girl, all y'all are performative. All of y'all are performative. You know what else performative? That damn clapperboard your ass gonna bring to the reunion. All of y'all are performative. That's all Housewives is performative. And you better be lucky it wasn't Kenya Moore, because she would have came over there with a blowhorn to your. Either way, Shamia says, you brought the horse to my house. Okay, that's fine. And you want to talk about performative? So that horse outside my motherfucking house was not performative? Ah, okay. So then she said, how he get my address? Drew didn't answer that. She says, you looking at me like I made the horse poop. No, I'm looking at you like how he got my address. That's how I'm looking at you. Because now I feel like you did. It was a scheme that you set up to come to the bullshit. All right? Come to me with the bullshit. That's how I feel. And got that damn horse shitting all over my stuff. That's what's going on. Right? But I don't know, because I'm still wondering who the hell gave this man. How did he know? I don't know if it's Drew or somebody else gave him the heads up. But either way, Drew tells Shamia it's giving corny. And you know what? Let me go back. I think Drew pretty much told us who did it. Did she say Terrence or somebody, Walter, somebody she's cool with, or one of her assistants or whatever hooked her up with him? And if that assistant or whoever knows where she gonna be, then hell, they the ones that's been telling him, giving him the heads up or where they gonna be at. Okay. So yeah, but then if that's the case, then yeah, I would still build Drew ass because that's your assistant. That's giving a heads up. And first of all, I feel like bringing the horse to this lady party that ain't got nothing to do with her but about you. I feel like that's proposing. That's like proposing at somebody's wedding. You need to get permission before you pull up and do some shit like that. What you got going on? Don't do that. Period. Drew says that Shamia was being corny. And I'm like, no, it was corny to bring that doggone horse to that lady house. Either way, Drew gives it to Phaedra. Phaedra over there actually reading the damn documentation. I'm falling out. Porsha comes with swag. They're officially girlfriend and girlfriend. Angela done brought fans. Nothing but dazzled child. Nothing. Just like, here go a little piece of a prototype. Y'all look at it. Check it out. Baby, the fan definitely was about to make Porsha ass go naked. Once it snatched her damn hair off because her hair got caught up in the fan. Girl, what? K. Michelle performs Jesus and Whiskey. I gotta hear the track. I don't really like the live version of what I'm hearing. She performed it on somebody's TV show the other day. I need to hear the tracks. I gotta listen to K. Michelle's country album. I felt like once she got to her groove, I was like, okay, I think I could rock with it. But I don't know if it's the wall. It's like how the song was bounced. Like it wasn't. I just gotta hear the track. I gotta hear how she recorded it. K. Michelle sings VSOP. She lets all the ladies chime in. Drew acting like she didn't know the song. I said, you should have did like Angela. Angela didn't know shit. We gonna have a you should have did like you should have just hyped it up like Angela. Angela didn't know nothing. So Pinky says that once everything's over, Pinky says that she's not filing for bankruptcy anymore, even though she ended up filing for bankruptcy. K. Michelle and Drew are vibing. The ladies are happy that they are until Drew says that she doesn't know why they weren't getting along to begin with. And then K. Michelle said, you be doing stuff, Drew. Just like you implied that I knew that man when you know I ain't had known that man. Ain't nobody, I didn't do any. What are you talking about? We still on this? Again, I don't know why the hell we was beefing. I do not know. I'm still confused. Okay? And then Drew was like, but you did know him. And K. Michelle was like, not like that. Well, I never said that you knew him like that. I just said that you knew him. Like, is you okay? You telling on yourself. Ain't nobody saying what's going on. So then Drew pulls out the text. K. Michelle said, I DM'd him after you said that we was friends. Drew said, okay, so that will be in August, September. Okay. August, September, so up in there. Okay, joggers, got you. So then she pulls out the text showing, girl, you actually hit the man up in February while you sitting up here lying. Okay, he did hit you up, but you still responded. So to act like you don't know him, and like I only got in his DMs, right? When you said that we weren't friends, but see, that's the other thing too, though. Or when you said we were friends, that's the other thing too, though. Okay, Michelle, that don't look good either. Because not only did you reach out in February, that showed. Okay, so you said it was August. That was a lie. You hit him up in February, but then also at the same time, you saying that you didn't know him, and when you did hit him up, you didn't hit him up to check him. You did. So that still didn't really look. Why would you, if you don't want to be associated at all, why would you still reach out after the fact unless you checking them? Like, confused. Okay, maybe we'll see more receipts at the reunion. Either way, Phaedra says save it for David. No, BIT, I won't save it for David, John, nor Luke. Are you okay? I'm not saving it for none of them. You don't get to sit up here and act like I've been coming for you when I literally have not been doing anything, barely even talk to you, girl, and act like I've been doing stuff to you. You don't get to do that. No, no, we're not saving nothing for David. I'm saying it right now. I saved it just for this moment. Yeah. And Drew says, you hit him up. You said, hey, handsome in February, bitch, and fail. Girl, that was a cackle. I'm not going to hold you. That was a cackle. She hit the flow, okay? Then she gets up, she leaves or whatever. She says people was pushing her. I said, girl, wasn't nobody pushing you. Now, you were being pulled, yes. But you were not being pushed. But the story you gave to Porsha, Porsha Porsha said, do you really think they meant to push you? Drew says, yes. What do you mean? Porsha said, I don't know. Your pants a little long. Girl, that whole little after was just a kiki. So they take a group pic. Drew leaves or whatever. Eventually, she returns. They take the picture. Angela had to get her one last final dig in because she been so pressed about Porsha Shamia all season. You and Porsha Shamia, y'all good? I loved how they handled that. Yeah, we good. We fine. Porsha said you just had to get it off your little brain, off your mind. I said, I know that's right, girl. Shut up. Shut up. Okay. And then I don't know what Kelly said to Angela about them kitten heels. And then I think Kelly said my heels are high. Angela said just like your bills. And I said, but you acting like your bills ain't just as high. Okay. Only difference is you got a husband who you can dip into his pocket. Like, girl, what? You gonna be just as broke when Charles shut down the bank. Okay. Either way, Kelly can now film with the kids next year. What else? The ex-husband was held in contempt, right? Of the order. He got to stay in there until he paid Kelly them 30 racks. Shamia and Gerald are pregnant. Congratulations to them. Okay. Let's move on to Watch What Happens Live real quick. First of all, K Michelle and Brisha Webb looked stunning. Beyond gorgeous. They looked stunning. When I tell y'all I love me some Brisha Webb, baby. When I just like, to me, I feel like I'm always like Taraji P. Henson. It's really for me, okay? Everybody different. It's really Angela Bassett, Taraji P. Henson, and Brisha Webb for me. Like they like love them. Okay, love them, and it's some other ones that I like, but like my go-to, if you ask me like who my favorite, like they like they're gonna be the top three that I'm. Oh, and then I can't forget Nikki Bahiri. Oh, girl, yes, like those are my ladies. Seeing Brisha Webb, she is so hilarious to me. She reminds me of myself with her theatrics, her quick wittedness. I love that. I came across her years ago when she played in this I believe it was on TV1. It was a show produced by Martin that featured, I believe it starred actually Tatiana Ali. I don't know if y'all remember that. I think it was called Love That Girl, Love something like it was like something like that, like Love That Girl. And Martin Lawrence produced it. And Tatiana was like one of the main characters. She was like the main character, I believe it was centered around. When I first saw Brisha Webb on the screen, I was like, oh my God. Like she makes me think of me. Like if I was acting in that like type of role, like that is the type of role I would want to do. Like she love her. Love her. K Michelle says that Drew hit excuse me. K Michelle was asked about Drew hitting the ground. She says that Drew hit the she said Drew hit the ground like she was supposed to. Girl, that's cool.
Y'all better focus.
Woo.
Because who cut? I want
order. I want order. Girl, when she said that, I don't know why that was so damn hilarious to me. Okay? Because she did. You did hit that ground like you were supposed to. I'm so sorry. K. Michelle says that she doesn't regret calling Porsha a bimbo because she feel like Porsha knows that she's a bimbo at times. She says she don't regret sitting in the car during Drew's national anthem performance because she says she ain't missed much. K. Michelle really didn't have no regrets outside of her confessional looks. She said she felt like she could do more. I thought her confessional looks looked good. The only confessional look I did not like was the bob wig she had. I liked the outfit, but I didn't like the bob wig that she had. Let me not say that lady name because y'all know she don't like that lady for real. But that art lady from Love and Hip Hop, I love when she wears her. I'm going to say it. Rashida, Tiana Taylor, and K. Michelle. I love when they wear the like big extra ass. Yes, ma'am. Love those curls. Love the curls, girl. K. Michelle couldn't believe Shamia blasted Porsha because Shamia said that she was off that day, right? And she wanted to be left alone. So then my girl Brisha came in. How she supposed to come in? And she says, it ain't fair. Okay, it ain't fair. Everybody is cool with everything until Shamia do it. Okay, Michelle said, well, have you ever considered that, a person may do something and then, maybe some things that you didn't see, and then maybe a person may do something and then they act like, they put their hands up like they did nothing. And I'm like, hey, Michelle, Brisha is literally saying the same shit you've been saying all season. She literally been saying the same shit you've been saying all season. So now why is it a problem? Only for you to go on and Andy ask you what is something about you and Shamia's relationship or something that you wish would have been shown. And you say how much you supported Shamia and how much you had her back. You wish that we saw more of it. No, we saw enough of it. We saw enough of it. So now that you beefing or you feeling away with Shamia, now you come over here to watch what happened live and then try and say, oh, well, did it ever occur that, you don't see everything? And maybe a person to put their hands up like they did nothing when they did. Like, huh? Do you hear yourself? It's not flowing, love. You're giving a different story. It's not making sense. Okay. Either way, Brisha says she says I was all the way here from the very beginning, not just this season, but multiple seasons. And all I'm saying is that hands ain't clean. So when we try to point the finger over here and act like Shamia the only one that did it, like all y'all got some on y'all. Okay. Brisha says that Angela wasn't right. Angela lied when she put that lie out there on Shamia about that George and all of that. Brisha says the ladies ganged up on Shamia. She says that Pinky didn't have all the things together when it came to Drew auditioning. How you gonna have an audition without no sides? Okay. Brisha says that Angela has really good reads. She liked the teeth commingling, but she didn't think that Pinky deserved all of that. She said Angela was really giving Chat GPT. Okay, I don't think Angela was giving Chat GPT. I think Angela was giving. Part of it was quick-witted, and part of it was I came up with this on the fly somewhere, and I'm gonna write it down so I can remember to bring it up just in case somebody try me. It was giving that too. Okay, so K Michelle, she feels like she has been a really good friend to Shamia. We got into that. She says she's done with surgery. Right? She says she had her last one. We don't have to worry about her crying about it no more. She should have no more surgery. She got the last implant out. She still got silicone in her, but the implant is out. And she also said that her husband ended up getting his license. So he is a licensed doctor in Atlanta now. And overall, she's enjoyed her experience on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Okay, so good for her. Kudos to her. Really enjoyed that Watch What Happens Live with those ladies. Y'all can leave your thoughts and comments down below. I'm Jamie. That's me. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye, child.